earlier this week, LeBron was here in Vegas supporting the Summer League team, but he is in action today in the Drew League, and he went to work. LeBron, 42 points, 16 rebounds, and his squad got the 104-102 win. I mean, check out that capacity at the Drew League. That was standing room only. What a scene.
Are you kidding me? I mean, it was teased a little bit earlier, right? Didn't DeMar DeRozan tease that LeBron James and he may be playing in the Drew League? Yeah. So they were on hand for the show.
That is cool to see the King hooping it up in the Drew League.
It's been, what, 11 years?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. That's off the cue, so Laker ball. The Lakers right now are shooting 64% from the field. They've opened up an 11-point lead here, under 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. McHugh called for a foul there. Javante McCoy, newly inserted in the game out of Boston University. Oh, McCoy with some moves at the rim, and he'll be fouled. So earlier, I had a Laker game with J.J. Redick, and J.J. was having some fun with McCoy, basically saying he only had 2 moves. But each time he went to his 2 moves, he was scoring. McCoy had a 3rd move at the end of the game. That looked like his 4th move right there.
You don't have to have a lot of moves, right? You just have to be really good at the ones you have. I think I might have been listening to that game. Is that the game when J.J. was talking about when he gets the switch and the mismatch, and he knows that those guys are going to come try to block his shot, so he does the shot fake, get up into him?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
How many moves did he have? He didn't need them. Again, when you fill it out, you don't need them.
And he also said your job on offense is to draw a second defender.
Yep.
So he knew what you're supposed to do on the floor. You don't have to do too much. It's just draw the defender, find the open man.
Just got to be efficient with how you do it.
Bingham Jr. trying to show the range. Jones lowers his shoulder. Open man in the corner. Two minutes to play in this first quarter. Illegal screen for A.J. Lawson. How about Mark Jackson in the house? One of the best point guards to ever lace him up.
I grew up in Indiana, so I used to watch those Indiana Pacer days with him and his shimmy, and of course Reggie Miller, Rick Smits, the Davis boys.
That's a guy who did not have limited moves. He had so many he could go to. Bingham breaks up that alley-oop attempt. LeCue going hard to the rack. Finger roll, nicely done. Jalen LeCue out of Brewster Academy.
Well, you mentioned as soon as he came into the ball game, his energy level. And that is exactly what this Dallas Maverick team needs. Somebody to give him a little bit of a boost, give him some juice.
Well, LeCue, everyone knows he's always been athletic. He's always been a guy who's been more athletic than everyone else on the court. Now at this level, when he's got other athletes who are good as him, how does he change up his game? Normally, he just kind of goes right to the rack. Let's see what else LeCue can do on the floor. Brown. They're going to call that a goaltend bucket for the Lakers. We also get our first look at Gua Howen, a pro out of China. Played for the Shanghai Sharks, 6'8" forward. Dallas, they're going deep on their bench. They're trying to find anybody who can give them some minutes, give them some consistency on this end of the floor. Harding. And Howen is fouled. A 13-point lead for the Lakers, 1:05 to play here in this first quarter. Dallas led 2-0, and then the Lakers took over. There's Bingham Jr. That was a nice touch for the big man.
You didn't see Marcus Bingham Jr. doing a lot of that at Michigan State. I mean, that is something he knows he has to extend his range a little bit, has to have a little bit of a face-up game.
McCoy, fade away. One of his go-to moves. Lawson with some space beyond the arc, knocks down the three.
A.J. Lawson's one of those guys that, you know, from a year ago to this year, improving his ball game, has the ability to score in bunches.
McHugh takes a peek at the clock. 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock as Harding will slow things down. All right, what do you want to see out of Dallas on this possession?
Well, we're going to see a middle pick and roll, certainly when you think about time and score situation. But overall, I'd like to see Dallas get a little bit more ball movement, player movement, multiple players touching the ball. I'm not sure we've seen more than 1 or 2 people touch it on a single possession.
4 seconds to go. McCoy at the buzzer. At the end of one, the Lakers with a 10-point lead over the Dallas Mavericks. A strong performance by the Lakers to start their final game here in the summer. Come on back.